New piling brackets, old short piling brackets. These should fit the ticket. If everything goes good, these will slide right in and we'll be out of here.
The preacher man says it's the end of time and the dockman can't survive. The water's edge can't survive. The industry will survive.
It's November 18th, I think it is today. About 22 degrees. We're freezing out here. Behind us is the old wood dock from the city of Wyandotte. As you can see, this thing is old, worn out, wood. Our plan is to take a new easy dock system with an ADA transition ramp and make this thing ready for everybody to use and get ahead of the game so it's ready for them next summer. This thing will stay in all winter. I believe we're slated to take it. I'll have to look at the estimate. Do you want it or do you want it gone?
I don't know if the city wants to haul it out or not.
Let me see what the estimate says real quick and I'll read right back to you. He's gonna be fun. That just needs to stay tied off somewhere for now. And we're gonna have to back the trailer way in and float it on. So there's no way we're gonna muscle that thing around. Do you want us, if we're supposed to get rid of it, we don't have to. If you want it, you can have it. Okay, let's float it over here, tie it off for now. The section that they're floating right now is going to be set aside for a second. We're leaving it here for the gentleman behind me to use somewhere down the line. We're going to put the new dock in and then we're going to back the trailer in and float this on. Strap it down. As we pull the trailer up this ramp, it's naturally going to sit on it and we'll be out of here. I think we got her on the run. This new dock is actually going to have a transition plate, so anybody that's in a wheelchair to be able to just come right up on the ramp. It's also going to be a full 5 foot wide, which is ADA width, so you can turn a chair and or set some luggage down and not have to be worried about falling off the dock. This thing's going to be far superior to the old wood dock that they had in prior. All right, so the old dock's out, new dock's in. This piling bracket here goes at the very end of the dock. This whole baby dock section and this piling bracket goes on the end of what you can see them out there putting together. What you see out there right now with Joe and his helper is he's putting in couplers to couple the sections together. So far, so good. All right, the dock's all coupled together. Now we're going to hook the gangway to the gangway to float hinge, and last up is hook onto those piling brackets. This is the nail biter on this one. We've measured this all out, hoping that our measurements converted to what was actually built at Great Lakes and Easy Dock OIM. If the product wasn't laid out by us properly and built properly, and we don't hit those piling brackets, then we're in a world of trouble, because I mean, we're not going to move. Those are probably 30-foot pilings hammered down into the ground, 15 foot. That would be an issue, so crossing the fingers. Will we be able to come back, hypothetically, a little bit? I'll show you where it has to be. We're gonna have to see what we can do to work with that. Farther than that, it's still a hazard. That's on. I gotta walk out there and see. Do I wanna see it? So we're where we need to be at the gangway side there, and these piling brackets aren't sliding in. We'll see if we can rest the gangway down a little lower and see what that'll do. But either way, we need to make up, what do you think, Tyler? 4 inches at the minimum, 6 inches? Okay. Joe, can you cut this off? Probably, like, you don't have to take this whole thing off yet. We're just going to do baby steps. If you can just cut this off and get this out of there, we're going to set this down and figure out what we got to do to fit and finish it. It's either got to go farther that way or we've got to extend those. There's no in between. This is not going to work. So I think that we need to put it up to where it needs to be, put the transition plate on. Don't worry about that end. I know it's going to move around a little bit, and then we'll have to go out and figure out how much I need Paige to add on to those, and her and I will come down and put them on. Great, a 2-part video. Back towards Tyler like an inch. Good, right there. So that's going to be, there's a pretty good gap there now, right? Yeah. So I think the new plan is we're going to call Great Lakes Easy.OM and have them stretch these out for us. We were going to have Paige do this, which she could do, but they did such a heck of a job making sure these things are overbuilt. They have bushings inside here, which again we could do, but we're going to have to run all over the place and find specific parts, and they've got everything closed off nice. We're just going to have them rebuild them, extend them out 18 inches. It's gonna, I think it's going to have to be continued, and this is how it goes in the dock life, you know, more times than I want to admit. But we're going to notify the marina owners in the city. Just don't let anybody use it here for a second. It's going to be off limits until we can finish her off. One of the tricky things in the dock world is when you have ultimately high water or low water, that changes the distance of the full length of the dock by pulling the gangway away or pushing it back. So we're going to get this figured out. We got to do a little fabrication in the shop, and then we're going to get back out here, put these things on, and hopefully wrap it up. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the unplanned part 2 of the City of Wyandotte piling bracket install. We've got the new parts. The ones that we had previously were not going to fit and finish properly. So we talked to Great Lakes Lift. They built us some longer ones, overnighted them to us. We are on our way down. I've got to change lanes.
Stay in the second lane
right
from
now.
right.
Nope, stay in the second lane. It's the day before Thanksgiving right now. We're going to hopefully, without any hiccups, go bolt these suckers on. Project will be finished, and this will be a done deal right after this box truck cuts me off. We'll see you there on site.
Take the exit.
Well, it looks like the dock is being used in lieu of the caution tape. I kind of knew the caution tape wouldn't hold back the Michigan fishermen during prime walleye season, and as you can see, it is not. I think this guy's just going to take the tape right down. He's going to go under it. New piling brackets, old short piling brackets. These should fit the ticket. If everything goes good, these will slide right in and we'll be out of here. Busy day at the docks, a lot of fishermen out there. All right, let's see how she goes. Our strap job held up pretty good for the time being. The water's a little bit higher too than last time. That's good. Smoosh ourselves over here. Whoa. Nope, so those have to come off. Okay. These have to be cut down to right there. So, let's see if I have a saw in the truck. So I brought some smaller pieces of this poly that's gonna rub, be like a rub guard to rub on that piling. Hopefully that's gonna be what we need, or we can use, I should say, to make this work. And I've got one battery on this drill, so we gotta make it work in one shot. that slid out a little further than I wanted. Okay, we better check this one to make sure it fits on before we do the second one. Let's roll out to the dock. Why is it hitting? How far can this dock come out? Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can slide the dock out a little bit. It's never easy. That worked. Okay, let's try that. Those bolts are so tight in here, which is good. Doesn't leave slop for it to wear out, but it makes it to where everything's got to be dialed in perfectly. Come on, baby. Show me the money. Come on, be good for daddy. Oh, it's so close. I think we could get it all to pry in to place. Gonna just dry fit it once to make sure that's the case. This is where I can't get frustrated or I start losing hardware and the day's really screwed. It's gonna be frustrating. Come on. There we go. We are through. I like that. Okay. One in. The other side here is probably gonna be the tough one. If I start cussing, I trust that Brandon's gonna edit this out. Oh, so smooth. Thank you, Great Lakes. That just made my life so much easier. Okay. One bracket on. Finger tight, but it's on. Now for the second one. See if the drill is going to hold up with enough juice. Okay. That's as tight as we'll get it, and that's okay. I'm happy with that. Next one, that gives us plenty of room out here. Oh, my bit is getting rounded off. That's not good. It's my last bit. So if this thing doesn't make it, we gotta go to a hardware store. Yeah. Okay, we gotta go to the hardware store. Yippee. All right, load up and we'll find the closest hardware store. To the hardware store. I'm very frustrated. Rush hour, day before Thanksgiving.
Destination is on your right. Hood's Doy Best in
Hood's
Gifts.
Hardware in the hood.
Arrived.
Living good in the hood. Okay, let's see if we can find what we need.
How's that, huh? Need that cut open?
Back to the job site. We are back to the job site and a couple more screws on a couple more of those poly guides, and I think we got her on the run. Let's see. Well, I think it'll work. I'm gonna test this theory here. It's not how we want to do this, but it works, right? Ow! Ouchie. Now I'm trying to rush things. Slow down, relax, breathe. Okay, we're gonna run with that. All right, now our last two bolts, our last piece, wrench, ratchet. Let's make this happen. Whew, the Dockman will survive. Place the piling bracket around the pole. Come on. It seems to be a little tight. That's not good. Oh, that's very tight. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you can thread it in. It looks like it's threading itself in. And it is. We're gonna put this on loosely. The only vital error that I made is if we can't get this other side to line up, we're gonna be hurting. So, let's give it a bump of persuasion out at the end here. Definitely doesn't want to go in. Would you look at that? I feel very happy about that. All right, I want to take a quick look at everything up here before I tighten everything down out there, just to make sure we're lining up properly. I like that. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna tighten it down. Another little trick of the trade. Always put your ratchet on the nut side when you're tightening. That way, if your bolt's bound in, you're still turning that nut, so it's actually squeezing down on the bolt, and you're not just tweaking the bolt further in the hole that it's going through. Time. Done. Good thing I'm not the one that does all the labor. This company would not make any money. Okay, that's a wrap. I want to step back and admire my work now. We're all done. Was not as clean as we wanted it. Definitely had a few more hiccups than planned, but it's done. It's still light out, and tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I think this is a win. We'll see you on the next one.